this is your sign to take a break because I have some fabric to show you. Hello there and welcome back to the Jean May channel. My name is Paula Jean and I am back at home now, and I, like many of you, am in the middle of sewing various things for the holidays and getting them sent off. But I wanted to take a little break and invite you to come along with me so I can show you a little mini fabric haul that I got from Serge Fabrics. This is not sponsored by them at all, but I had taken advantage of their holiday sale that they had a few weeks back, and I used a gift certificate that I got for my birthday in the summer and picked up a couple of things, including my very first mystery bundle. I've been so nervous my whole life to get any kind of mystery box because I always think like, oh God, it's gonna be colors I don't wear or goofy prints that I don't like or whatever. But I decided to take a chance this time on some mystery athletic fabric that they had, and I will show you that a little later. So let's get started with the known entities. First up is a fabric that I have talked ad nauseum on this channel about. It is their Modal Spandex jersey. I just adore this fabric. I have made it in different colorways. I've made a top and a skirt and a long cardigan in this fabric. I love all of those pieces. And with the leftovers of some of those projects, I have made my husband some underwear, and this has become his favorite fabric for underwear as well. And it also holds up a little better than the bamboo jersey that I was previously using to make his underwear. So this feels like our kind of perfect fabric for that as well. This time I got this beautiful kind of charcoal gray mix, and I'll have enough to make him a few pair out of this, maybe even some for myself. The pattern that I usually use for him is one that I have self-drafted, and we went through many iterations before we kind of dialed in the fit and the length and all of that jazz. But another pattern that he also likes the fit of is the Emile Boxer by Primrose Dawn. And I had been a tester for this pattern back when Cassie first came out with it. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but it is an all-gender pattern that basically has different pouch fronts. So you can have a flat front or a couple of different front pouch options. And the ones that I made for myself, I actually really like to wear them under skirts in the summer, or I also wear them kind of as pajama bottoms. And like I said, my husband really likes the fit of his as well. So if you're looking for a pattern like that, you might want to give that a try. So that is what's on board for the Modal jersey. I also picked up some cotton French terry in a couple of colors because I have a couple of projects in mind for this. So I got this because the French terry that I am used to working with is the one from Green Style Fabrics, same company as makes Green Style patterns. And actually the top that I'm wearing right now, this is a Zoe tank by True Bias, and it's made out of that French terry. I made this and a pair of sweatpants. I did a hack of the comfy pants part of the comfy set by Pattern Scout. I'm actually also wearing another Pattern Scout pattern as well. The blouse under this is the poppy blouse. So those sweatpants have gotten so much wear. They are really kind of stretched out and are no longer like my nice sweatpants that I feel good wearing out in the world. So I do need another pair of cozy lounge pants. So I decided to try the cotton French terry from Serge Fabrics, just to compare them. And I will say that it's, I think it's a little tiny bit lighter weight than this one from Green Style, but I really like how this has washed up. So I've washed and dried all my fabrics. It's got a comparable amount of stretch, but I'd say that the Green Style one has a little bit more recovery and feels kind of a little bit denser, but this feels also really nice for my purposes because I live in a warmer climate and I don't need something super heavy. This is, I think, called Cocoa, and I got this dark masala color because I really kind of want to make a coordinating like tracksuit, sweatsuit kind of thing. And I've got my eye on a few patterns that I already have in my arsenal for this. So one option would be to make another Misusu stereo sweater. So I've made this before in kind of more cool colors, like with a black and a gray. The only reason that I'm kind of steering away from that one is because I do want one that is a full zip, and it wouldn't be difficult to hack that into a full front zip. So I could do that. But I also kind of think that I want a hood. So my other option for a color blocked sweatshirt is the Reef sweatshirt by Green Style Patterns. And this has really cool piecing throughout the back. And I actually might be able to introduce even a third color into that color blocking, because I'm not positive that I have enough fabric to do both the pants and the whole hooded Reef sweatshirt in just these two, but I'm sure I probably have something in my stash that will work to add in a little third element. We'll see. But I just love the options that are available on this. So like I said, I would probably do the full front zip. It also comes in a half zip, and you can either have a hood or a collar. I would want to do the hood on that one. And there is also an add-on to that pattern, which I don't have, but it's only because I feel confident that I can kind of do it on my own with that middle back piece. So the add-on offers you different color blocking options for just the center back piece. So something that kind of looks like a sunrise, and some other possibilities in there. So, so if you want to kind of not figure it out on your own, but you want to make this style of sweatshirt, that is also available as an add-on. So I really like that idea. And then as my little wild card choice, I have the Velma dress pattern by Vicky Sews. And this is a really cool raglan sleeve. It's got these cool like curved insets in the front. And I could make a shortened version of that. And it has a collar on it. And I think with that, I might keep the collar, or I could figure out how to hack a hood onto that pattern. But it's a little bit closer fitting. So basically I just have to make the decision of whether I want something that's a little bit looser and loungier, or a little more sophisticated and close fitting. So I will probably spread out my fabric, see what I've got available, and see which one is going to work best for the cotton French terry. Like I said, I have always steered away from mystery bundles because I've been afraid of the colors and prints that might come in them. But these were like $15. They said you get a selection of either offcuts or pieces that have flaws in them, but there's still lots of usable fabric around. And they were on sale for like $12.75. And I thought, well, maybe this is the time to try something like this out, because at worst, I can use the fabric for muslins. Like I have a lot of fabric in my stash, but it's mostly wovens. And I find it really challenging to find fabrics to make muslins for knits out of, and especially athletic knits. So I thought worst case scenario, I can use it for muslins. People, I got 4 beautiful athletic fabrics, super high quality, that not only have so much usable fabric, but I couldn't find the flaws in them. I got between 2/3 of a yard and almost a full 2 yards of one of them, of these 4 different fabrics I'm gonna take you through. So one of them is just a spandex lycra in this beautiful olive color. This one has a kind of a chunk taken out of it, so it must have been like an end cut. But I love this color, and I have plenty of fabric to do kind of whatever I want with in terms of like a top or a bra. I also got this really nice, soft, mid-weight matte lycra jersey in this beautiful kind of purple, gray, and black mix color. This is super soft. I think I have about 3/4 of a yard of this. I've got about 1.33 yards of this really cool, lightweight, variegated spandex jersey. It's got these fantastic purple and lime green and black and fuchsia colors in it. And it's also got this really neat kind of dot texture. It does, you can feel the texture of it. And then for my last fabric, I got this almost 2-yard piece of black midweight Lycra jersey. I don't know what to call these because none of them came with any labels or anything like that. All I know is that they're stretchy athletic fabrics. But this one is really nice. It's very smooth on the back, but it still has this cool little wave pattern on it. And then on the face, it's got this nice subtle dot texture. So I don't know if this is some kind of like fabric pusher on the playground who's like, hey girl, I got some mystery athletic fabric for you, and guess what? They coordinate. Get you in, get you to buy some more, and then all of the subsequent ones are a little bit less quality, a little bit less fabric. I don't know. I don't think they're that kind of company, but I am so thrilled with not only the amount of fabric that I have, but the colors. And I don't know if they looked me up and knew that I liked these colors or what, but yeah, I couldn't be happier with the selection of fabrics that I was sent. So a few of the plans that I have for this bundle of fabrics are a couple of sports bras. My favorite sports bra pattern is the Endurance Bra by Green Style Patterns. It comes in a really extensive size range. And the one that I made a few years ago, I have put that thing through the ringer and it's still pretty good. It's just that the elastics are starting to give because I've worn it so much. But other than that, it's been really, really supportive. I love the front zipper option. You can also do it without, and it has a couple of different strap and back options. And then there's also the Power Sports Bra, which is a little bit more of like a basic kind of uniboob type of sports bra, but also has a couple of strap and back options. And I'm thinking I might turn that one into kind of more of a bra top, like just put a bit of a skirt on the under the bust in that seam and make it more of a bra top. And then I also want to make a couple of athletic tops. One of the patterns that I have been kind of dying to make again, I made a wearable muslin of the Rest Vest by Made It Patterns. And unfortunately, this company doesn't exist any longer. I think they kind of shut down shortly after the pandemic, which is really sad because this is a really great pattern. I made a black and yellow and white one that was my wearable muslin, and I just made it out of some old golf shirts. I really love the fit of this. They had two different versions, a regular version and then a close fit version. I made the close fit version. The detailing on it is really cool. I find the color blocking really interesting, and I might actually switch and kind of construct it so that the inside is on the outside, because it has this binding all to finish all of the seams on the inside that looks so cool. And so a lot of times I'm tempted to wear it inside out, and sometimes I do just at home. I may actually do that intentionally and put that binding on the exterior when I make it out of this combination of fabrics. And then my other kind of go-to athletic top is the Joan Tank by Cool Stitches. And this wasn't meant to be an athletic top pattern or anything like that, but I just find that I use it in that way. I just like all of the seaming and the piecing that's available with it. And then the last knit fabric I have to show you is one that is not from Serge, but it is from one of our local thrift stores. My husband and I were out walking. We popped into one of our favorite secondhand stores in our neighborhood, and I came across this super long knit pillowcase that is for one of those really long full body pillows. Didn't seem like it had ever been used. Obviously I washed it when I got it home, but it's this beautiful forest green and kind of mocha mix stripe. And the thing that caught my eye about it, other than the color and the stripe width, which I really like, is that it looks like this was actually cut and sewn on grain. I know that when I have come across like knit sheets and a lot of times even, you know, t-shirts and t-shirt fabric, that sometimes the yarns are twisted, and so the grain is sort of weirdly diagonal, and if you make a garment out of it, it kind of twists on your body. This does not look like it's going to do that, because this looks like it's perfectly on grain, and so that really impressed me. This was $1.99, so I couldn't resist that. And also there's quite a bit of fabric here. So the plan for this is to do a top version of the Joan Wiggle dress and top, which is by Charm Patterns with Gertie. It's a pattern that's only available on their Patreon. But I remember when they first came out with this, it's inspired by the character of Joan from Mad Men, which I loved that show. I loved that character. And I have known that I want to make it out of a stripe because it's a stripe that really shows off that front dart construction. And I just figured like, okay, well, I have the pattern and I'll just have to wait forever until I find a stripe that I really like, that's in the perfect weight, the perfect width, the perfect colors. And then I came across this pillowcase. So it really feels like the universe is trying to nudge me to make this project. So that's what I'm going to make out of this. So that's my little knit fabric haul. I hope you enjoyed this little break. I don't know if I'll get to many or any of these projects before the end of the year, but I am excited to start off 2026 with this plan. As always, thank you for watching. Take great care of yourselves. I will see you in the next one.